Hello everyone, this is Agent Ross and welcome back to the channel. In the last episode, we added a real equipment system, but right now equipping a weapon only changes UI state. It doesn't actually affect gameplay stats. In this episode, we will introduce base stats and finally computed stats. Then we will let equipment items contribute modifiers through the item database. That means when the player equips a weapon, the engine will automatically recalculate things like attack and defense. This is a huge step toward a real RPG framework. First, we are going to add a new event type. So let's go to event types file. Inside here, we're going to add event stats changed. Just like health, inventory, and equipment, stats should also be able to notify other systems when they change. Next, we are going to go to item database file. Inside here, where we create the bronze sword, we are going to add modifiers. So right under here, we're going to say modifiers attack 5. This is where the item starts to affect gameplay. The bronze sword now carries a modifier object, saying it grants +5 attack. Later we can add defense, max health, mana, crit chance, and much more using the exact same structure. Next we are going to create a new component file. We are going to call this file BaseStats.js. To create this class, we're going to type export class BaseStats extends component constructor. And inside the constructor, we're going to say attack equals 5, defense equals 2. We will call the super. After that, we are going to say this.attack equals attack, this.defense equals defense. Base stats are the player's natural stats before gear is applied. Think of this as the character's default RPG stat block. Next, we are going to create another component. We will call this component FinalStats.js. We can create the class by typing export class FinalStats extends component constructor super. Then we will say this.attack equals 0, this.defense equals 0. Final stats are the numbers that the rest of the game should actually use. That's a very important architecture rule. Other gameplay systems should read final stats, not base stats directly. That way buffs, equipment, debuffs, and class bonuses can all stack into one final result. Next, we are going to go to the player factory. Inside here, we're going to import base stats and final stats. After that, we can scroll down. After we add the equipment, we're going to say world.addComponent entity. We'll say new base stats. And inside here, we're going to say attack is 5. Defense is 2. And let's get rid of this. And after that, we're going to say world.addComponent entity new final stats. The player now has both base stats and final computed stats. Base stats are authored values. Final stats are the values that gameplay should consume. Next, we are going to create a system file. We will call this file StatsSystem.js. This file will import system, query, base stats, final stats, equipment, item database, and event stats changed. Then we're going to say constant equip slots, and we will set this to weapon, head, body, and accessory. After that, we can create the class by typing export class StatsSystem extends system. We will create the update function, and inside the update function, we're going to say constant entities equals query.entities with world base stats, final stats, and equipment. For constant e of entities, constant base stats equals world.getComponent base stats, constant final stats equals world.getComponent final stats, constant equipment equals world.getComponent equipment, constant previous attack equals final stats.attack, constant previous defense equals final stats.defense. And then we need to start from the base stats. So let's make a comment here, say start from base stats. So for that, we'll say final stats.attack equals base stats.attack, final stats.defense equals base stats.defense. And then we need to apply the equipped item modifiers. So let's make a comment here and say apply equipped item modifiers. And for that, we're going to say for constant slot of equip slots, constant item ID equals equipment slot. If it's not item ID, continue. Constant item definition equals item database, item ID. If it's not item definition, question mark dot modifiers, continue. for constant key value of object.entries item definition dot modifiers if type of final stats key is number, final stats pass the key plus equals value. And after applying the modifiers, we need to emit event if the stats changed. So for that, we're gonna say emit only if changed. If final stats dot attack is not previous attack, or final stats dot defense is not previous defense, world dot events dot emit event stats changed, entity is E, attack is final stats dot attack, defense is final stats dot defense. This system is the heart of the stats pipeline. First, it resets final stats back to base stats. Then it reads equipped items. Then it looks up each item modifiers in the item database and adds them on top. This means item definition stays data only, equipment stores loadout state, and the stats system computes the actual result. Next, we are going to add a small stats UI system. So let's create another system file, and we are going to call this file stats UI system.js. This file will import system, query, player control, and final stats. After that, we can create the class by typing export class stats UI system extends system constructor super this dot underscore wired equals false, this dot underscore L equals null, this dot underscore last text equals empty. And after this, we're going to create the update function. And inside the update function, we're going to say if this is not wired, this dot underscore create, this dot underscore wired is true. Then we need to get the player. So we're going to say constant players equals query dot entities with world player controlled and final stats. If players dot length is 0, return constant stats equals world dot get component player 0 final stats. Constant text equals we're gonna say attack $sign stats dot attack defense $sign stats dot defense. If text is this dot last text, return this dot underscore last text equals text, this dot underscore L dot text content equals text. And after the update function, we need to create the create function. So we're going to say underscore create, let L equals document dot get element by ID. And we're going to call this stats HUD. If it's not L, L equals document dot create element, and we will create a div L dot ID equals stats HUD document dot body dot append child, and we'll pass the L. And finally, we can say this dot underscore L equals L. This is a small HUD readout for the player's final stats. It doesn't care where the stats came from. It just reads the final computed values and renders them. Next, we need to add the CSS. So let's go to style file. Right at the bottom, we're going to add stats HUD. And these are the settings for the stats HUD. Just like our other HUD elements, this is a lightweight DOM overlay. It's perfect for debugging and also gives the player clear feedback that equipment is changing their stats. Next, we need to show the stat modifiers in the inventory details panel. So let's go to inventory panel UI system. Inside the render details function, we're going to scroll down. Right where we set the description, this will be a good spot. And we're going to say constant modifiers equals document dot create element. We'll create a div modifiers dot class name equals inventory detail mods. If item definition question mark modifiers constant parts equals object dot entries item definition dot modifiers dot map. Inside here we're gonna have the key and value, and we'll have the arrow. And inside here we're gonna say constant label equals key dot character at 0 dot to uppercase plus key dot slice, I'll say 1, constant sign equals value greater than or equal 0 question mark plus otherwise empty. And then we're gonna return, and let's do this and say $sign, and inside here we're gonna say sign, then we're gonna say $sign, And inside here, we'll say value. And finally, we're going to say $sign. And inside here, we're going to say label. And after here, we're going to say modifiers dot text content equals parts dot join. And maybe we'll put something like a dash. And then we're going to say else modifiers dot text content equals empty. And then we're going to scroll down and right where we append. So in here, we can say this dot underscore details dot append child, and we will pass the modifiers. Now the player can inspect the actual stat bonuses directly in the inventory panel. That's a small UI change, but it makes the equipment system feel much more real. Next, we will go back to style.css, and right where we add the other inventory details, we can add inventory detail mods, and these are the settings for that. After that, we will go to the main.js. First, we are going to import StatsSystem and StatsUI system. Then we are going to scroll down. Right after the equipment system, we're going to say world.addSystem new StatsSystem. And after the equipment UI system, we can say world.addSystem new StatsUI system. Order is important. Equipment must update first, and then the StatsSystem computes final stats based on the new equipment state. Now let's go ahead and save this file. It looks like we are having some issues, so let's open up the console. It says player is not defined inside the StatsUI system. So let's go there, and it says line 24. So line 24, we set player 0, so it needs to be players 0. So we have the plural here. And let's go ahead and save it again. And let's close the console and make the game screen bigger. And we are going to go pick up the bronze sword. Right now at the bottom, you guys can see weapon is none, attack is 5, and defense is 2. So we're going to go pick up the bronze sword. And let's open up our inventory. We now have a bronze sword and health potion. Bronze sword details says a basic sword and +5 attack. Let's click on equip. The detail says equipped. And at the bottom right, the weapon says bronze sword. Attack now says 10 and defense is 2. So previously our base attack was 5, and adding the +5 from the bronze sword, it become 10. And that's episode 28. We now have a real stat pipeline driven by equipment modifiers. The player has base stats, final computed stats, and equipped gear can now change those final values through item definitions. That's a major milestone because it means inventory and equipment are no longer just interface systems. They are now affecting actual gameplay numbers. In the next episode, we will build on this by making those stats matter in combat. So attack and defense actually influence damage outcomes. If this was helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm Agent Russ. See you next time.